Hey everyone, Ponylover1989 here. Before I have to tell you another anime title, do you guys want me to watch and react to the anime TV series Kanan? You know, the one that was based on the Wii visual novel video game? I want you to comment down below and see what you think. Okay, next anime title I'll be talking to you about will be Dennou Boukenki Webdiver. Dennou Boukenki Webdiver, or translated in English, the Cyber Adventure Record Webdiver, is a Japanese mecha anime series produced by Radix and Nihon Ad Systems, or NAS for short, in conjunction with the toy maker Takara. The series was directed by Hiroshi Negishi and Naoyuki Tatsuya and written by Mayuri Sekijima. It aired on TV Tokyo from April 6 of 2001 to March 29, 2002. The genre of the series is a mecha and cyberpunk. The series takes place in the year of the fictional future of 2100, where children have become web divers and uploaded their consciousness onto global computer networks. They play in a cyberpark called the Magical Gate. One day, the mysterious computer virus appears and then begins to destroy the Magical Gate. Programs called the Web Knights were then created to protect the children from the virus, but it turned all the Web Knights against the children. The only Web Knight who was able to escape was Gladian. Gladian seeks the help of Kento Yuki, the web diver, who is in 4th grade. Dennou Boukenki Webdiver was produced by Radix Ace Entertainment Company and Nihon Ad Systems, or NAS for short, in conjunction with the toy maker for toys Takara. For the anime's 20th anniversary, series director Hiroshi Negishi, general director Shin Matsuo, animator Hideyuki Kachi, and Modroid developer manager of the Good Smile Company, Yoshihiro Takagi, shared their thoughts on the development of the series. The concept for Webdiver originated from one of Takara's recently released toy, the plug-and-play karaoke toy Ikara. As Negishi stated, he was inspired by the toy to create a different premise for the series, saying, setting is nothing. First of all, Takara, now Takara Tomy, sent me a proposal on how to play with toys via Aeon. Later, we've now through you said that time I want to release a product that uses plug-it function that works by connecting it to a TV. However, as with the Borgman, I had the impression that it would be difficult to link the TV and toys. In Borgman, Sonic Soldier Borgman, in order to link it with the toys, we played a high-pitched sound just before the broadcast code as a sound effect during the main story. That's why it's so unreasonable to use the plug-in function to link with a video game. That was the beginning, laughs, but the idea was really interesting. I was surprised to see that the controller was the deformed robot itself. Negishi said also about the concept that, yes, we didn't even have a toy design for the main robot yet, so we just had the general image of a robot as a game controller. So I felt like I was given the explanation, including Mr. Kachi of Aeon. Hideyuki Kachi also learned about the idea for the series and explained that, at the time, Takara was selling Ikara, a karaoke microphone that you can connect directly to the TV and play with, and there was a trend to release various toys that applied that system. There is also a robot toy among them. Can you make an animation using this? It was kind of a rough story. I had been working on the anime project that used the internet as a theme, so I guess the starting point was to combine that with that. When deciding for the designs on Gladian and the other Web Knights, Kachi answered that, first, of course, Takara-san came up with the original design, and from there, we played catch with the anime side to finalize it. The number of Web Knights that appeared wasn't exactly 13 from the beginning, but it was more or less like, that's about it. As explaining the title, Negishi replied that in case of NG Knight Lemune and 40 and Mashinhiro Wataru, the main character is a boy in the title. In other words, Webdiver is the meaning of the main character, Kento Yuki. The story itself is about Gladian and Kento Yuki, and since it's also a story of meeting Gladian from the protagonist's perspective and fighting to lend him his power, the main character is a Webdiver in the sense of a young boy. I made it a title. Also, Takara wants to make a difference from other works. Also, back then, everyone liked the sound of the word gladiator. Laughs. Gladian was a little over the top. I don't mind if it's a product name. I think there was also that side. Negishi also came up with a subtitle, Dennou Boukenki, explaining that is because Boukenki was a concept similar to Jugo Shonen Horyuki, where the children travel in a computer world and fight enemies that stand in their way. I didn't like that it looked like fighting was the main thing. For example, if it is Cyber Senki, it isn't an image of the fighting all the time. From the children's point of view, they fight for friendship, because I wanted it that way. Negishi also explained the VR world setting for the series. It was 2000 when we started planning and decided on the setting. Virtual reality and so on are not common at all in the world. Personally, I simply didn't want to turn it into a role-playing game anime. Laugh. He also added regarding the concept of Magical Gate as a modern virtual SNS itself, and the concept closer to the image of wearing an avatar than boarding that. For me, when I saw Ready Player One, the movie, I thought, this is exactly what I wanted to do with Webdiver. At the time, there was a budget problem and CG technology problems, so it was quite an impossible task. Laugh. And added that, at the time, it was a little difficult to express that. Also, even though you plug in and enter the computer world, your physical body is in the real world, so it had to be in the form of a simulated experience. I had a hard time justifying that. In the second half of the series, I want the computer world normally instead of a simulated experience. Laughs. Negishi also explained about the worldview of Magical Gate. That has something to do with the composition of the series. First of all, as a product plan, Takara came up with a plan for how many robots he wanted to release in a year. About 3 of them are the deluxe specs that will be the main force, and Gladian is naturally that. In addition, Dragwan and D'Italian are also the products with that specification, but toys have a big sales season in spring, summer, and winter. So in the spring, we have the hero robot Gladian. In the summer, we have Dragwan, and in the winter, we have D'Italian in Christmas. The release schedule was decided in advance. The climax of the story was created accordingly. After all, the strongest enemy that comes at the very end is D'Italian. Before reaching there, a powerful rival Dragwan will appear. That's why Magical Gate is divided into 3 layers, with D'Italian at the farthest back and Dragwan in the front of it. Every time you clear 1 layer at a time, enemies who are originally allies will appear and Gladian will wake up. I thought about the worldview in a way that matches the composition. For the character in the Web Knights designs, Kachi and Matsuo explain in detail regarding some of them having animal designs for the fighting modes. Kachi said, that is because it's linked to play as a toy. It was the anime side that came up with the rationale behind that. Matsuo also said that I actually went to Takara at the time and talked to the engineers who were making toys there, and they seemed to be very particular about making them. He said transforming a motive that the other companies don't do in a robot. Moreover, he said that he was developing it so that it would be a proper locomotive, such as a sailing ship, rather than just changing the atmosphere. That's why the enthusiasm for Webdiver was amazing. A few years after the Brave series, I felt the spirit of creating a new series of robots for children with that kind of feeling when I talked with the engineers. I also talked about how it would be nice if that happened. Also, when I said, for me, it's good to have proper eyes, nose, and mouth, he was very happy. Laughs. I like robots with black eyes. For human character design and naming, Negishi recalled that naming seems to be difficult, but that's not the case. First of all, for Aoi, we have a rule within ourselves that says the heroine's name that starts with the letter A will make a hit. Laugh. Production manager Motoki Ueda worked for Apple on the anime TV series Zillion and worked on Anise for Boardman. Furthermore, I came up with Aki from Space Knight Tekkaman Blade and said that the heroine with the A would definitely hit. So she began with Aoi. Laugh. He also added regarding Kento and Kaito that Yuki Kento is simply a rhyme. Yuki comes from courage, so when compared to the younger brothers, it's easy to say and don't overlap. Kento and Kaito. I thought about the names of the other members in balance with those names. Jean's the only child who lives overseas, so I give it a slightly different sound. However, in regards to the CG in this series itself, Negishi said that was largely due to the circumstances of the drawing. After all, mecha drawing is difficult, and at the time I had already reached a certain limit. If we had a lot of animators draw in small cut units to reduce the burden, it would be difficult to standard the details. He also added that Mr. Yamaguchi, who is in charge of the CG director, started by resembling the joints of the hands and the feet of the CG model for action. In the beginning, there were parts where I couldn't keep up with the work, but as the number of the episodes increased, the range of movement gradually expanded. Also, since the CG part of the main story was done in-house at Radix Ace Entertainment, I would tell them how it would look like, and the CG staff would point out things like, it's like this in storyboards, but it's difficult in CG. That's what we were doing directly to each other. He did the best he could. The anime Dennou Boukenki Webdiver premiered on TV Tokyo, the same Japan television station that airs Pokemon anime and other affiliate stations in Japan, beginning on April 6, 2001 until March 29, 2002, combining a run of 52 episodes. RAM, a band group formed by Hideaki Takatori alongside Akihiko Harama and Sister Mayo, performed the show's opening themes, Diver number 2100 and So Dive, while Katsumi performed the first ending theme together, and Hironobu Kagayama, the same Japanese J-pop artist who sung Chala Head Chala from Dragon Ball Z, and the second opening of Saint Seiya, he sang the ending theme, Fighters. Yuzo Hayashi composes the music for the show. Nippon Columbia released the series on DVD and VHS during the show's run. Frontier Works released a 20th anniversary Blu-ray box set on December 22nd, 2022. December 22nd, 2021, containing 2 discs with all 52 episodes, a limited edition drama CD, The Return of Web Night, and a special soundtrack CD with illustrations and concept art from the show. The box set also includes the exclusive weapons parts for Holy Sword Glandslayer to be used for the Modroid Gladion. Takara Tomy has released several toys that were based on the mechas on the anime series during its run. Each toy had a special functionality to connect to the TV to replicate the plug-it feature seen in the anime to play games. For the toy release of Gladion, the toy can link up with other Web Night toys for it to power up, which affects the gameplay when connected. For the 20th anniversary of the anime, Good Smile Company announced several of the mechs of the series will be added in Modroid line of plastic modes with Gladion, Dark Gladion, released in December 2021 and Wyverian in March 2023. Well, this is all I can tell you about Dennou Boukenki Webdiver. I hope you enjoyed my reading of the series. I'll see you next time on